And I don't like his release, so stop talking about it.
I didn't say it once, but since you brought it up, I'm going to average heaps more than him. Yeah, at that price? Who? At that price, who? At that price.
No.
At that price. At that price.
No one.
Good. Matty for the win.
Too late.
Oh!
Too high. Too high.
They keep on asking me if Tom McComb's going to be a ruckman. It's not.
Not yet. Not yet anyway.
Not even. He's not the best ruckman in
I
cup.
want to see kidneys and chesters. I want to see these.
You're not going to be seeing much of chest, aren't you?
Oh, Francis. I just got concussed. I just got concussed.
Doesn't care.
Tom Mitchell doesn't just tug on the ball. Thomas kicks the winning goal and he got 140. Vice captain right now. Is that a present?
Welcome back to SuperCoach Masters. SuperCoach. We're on.
Whoa! Okay, welcome back to SuperCoach Masters. I'm SuperCoach Mattys Zeebs, and right next to me is SuperCoach Jordys.
My name is Jordys, and alongside next to me is Mattys, and we're going to talk about SuperCoach today.
Are we? Yeah. Are we, Jordys? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, hello. How you doing? You good?
Not really.
I heard you be doing shit. I had some bad dreams last night, Jordy.
Tell me about it.
Oh, the bunt wasn't in my team, and then I woke up.
No. I know the Bont's in your team because you said that you were going to bring him in on the podcast last week.
It was like a Freddy Krueger dream where you dream things and they actually happen in real life. So that's what happened. So I dreamt that Bunt wasn't in my team last night, and I woke up and I lost 3 of my cash leagues because Bunt wasn't in my team. Because I decided to go for stupid Himmelberg instead and keep that extra cash. And now I'm so fucking angry, Jordan.
Oh,
anyway,
I'm gonna punch you in the face for that.
Oh, that deserved a punch in the face. So that's what happened to me. Bunt. I thought Dunkley got a vice captain score, which was good enough as a captain. I don't need Bunt. I need to spend 600.
I wish Dunkley scored shit.
Right?
Yeah.
I would have got Bunt because I needed a captain, and I thought, nah, Dunkley. Yeah, no, I'll just get a Himmelberg. I'll have $300,000 to upgrade this week for Chinchota and Ford. We'll talk about our trades later. But, I woke up. The only person that I beat this week in my leagues was you. Because you didn't have a Briggs.
No, and I'm pretty sure now that if you don't have Briggs, you pretty much lost SuperCoach. And I had such a good opportunity to get him. I didn't get him because I was a bit foolish. And I thought, Briggs, get a couple of hundreds, maybe get some 80s. You have to trade him out 2 trades there. I'd rather just get a decam, have him in my final team, just call it done.
Look, it's not all. You know what's funny about? I'm going to give you a laugh, champ, because I see the stress. Now, I was going to get Bunt in. Now, instead I got 5, who got 40 something. I got Himmelberg, who got 72. And I got Mount Buller, who got 17. So Bunt, not only did he outscore all of them all together.
He doubled all of them.
He doubled all of them all together.
No, not really.
Kinda. But anyway, you could just feel the stress.
All right, so yeah, if you went for any of our rookie suggestions last week, you would have done a really good job. Because every rookie we suggested hit like 80 or 90.
Robinson got what, 91?
And he got 95,
95. Sheldrick, what did he get?
You got in the 90s as well.
What did Windhager get?
He got over 80. And I know the Malacan got 60
something, yeah.
Which is all pretty good, and they were in our top 3. So don't miss our top 3 this time. But we saw Mount Buller come in and go, ooh, a cheap option. I'm sure we can get a 40 and get like 20 points within, a Sheldrick and save some money for the next buy. Stupid.
See, this is what happens when we tight-ass Italians, that we just want to save some...
Molto bene!
We want to save some dollaradoos, and then we lose the Spundulas and pretty much lose the Cash League games against dumb
I don't
players.
think anyone was going to beat my Cash League opponent this week. He scored 2,125.
Wow.
And sideways his Premos to beat me. Oh, that's what happens
is that Doc?
That is Doc. But
oh, Doc, shout out. Good
now, if you're new here, please like and subscribe. But all our probably regulars are like and subscribe. So
we love you anyway.
Yeah, we do.
But if you don't like and subscribe us, get the fuck out of here.
You can stay.
You can stay.
Hey, guys on the Spotify. Now, Matty, we got some coffee shouts. I think people think it might be the last week to get it in before the giveaway.
Isn't this week? This time next week we'll be giving it away.
Yeah. You can still, after this podcast, all the coffee shouts contribute to your chance of winning.
Right now, right here.
Delicious.
Right now.
Comfy. Man, your pecs are great, Matty. You've been doing a good job.
I really have.
You're shit at SuperCoach, but you're good at pecs.
I'm only shit this year.
All right. Let's get into the coffee shouts because we've got a couple of guys that are just a bunch of guys that just
love to do some things.
Can I start with Wahab because I want to start with the best.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Now, he's got 10 coffees because he missed out last week because he missed out before recording, and he's got 10 straight on the hammer, and the king is back. And Matty, he says down to 4 trades, which is more than me, Wahab. At this point, I'm only doing SuperCoach to keep watching the SuperCoach Masters. That's the kind of bed talk that gets you a polo.
Oh, yeah.
Wahab. So
yes, there's the pillow talk that we need. Just whisper that into
now
my
this is
ears.
quite opposite of pillow talk, Matty, because it's a docky. He's bought me a coffee. He's like, there's a Cadbury TV commercial where a girl is in tears in the bus and the boy in front of her offers her a bar of dairy milk, similar to the concept here in which Jordie is in tears after losing to Docky over the weekend, and I offer a coffee instead of a chocolate to soothe his tears.
Oh, I prefer the coffee. I prefer the chocolate, Docky.
I prefer the coffee. Thanks, Docky. But, come on, let's give him 2, man.
So Docky
got Matty here.
Yeah.
But he did beat me. Docky beat me in the cash league, and when you're a big icon, it's,
He's just... Champ, you're nowhere near going to make the top 8 in that cash league.
You know what? In that cash league, I'm number 1 in total points, so you can all S my D.
Number 2.
I'm number 1.
Just that count.
No, I'm beating you.
Is he?
Go check again, champ.
Oh, okay. So
Check again! Number 1!
I'm not even in the 8. I'm number 3.
In total points?
Yeah.
You're a star, aren't you? All right, now. Whiskey D. This was one last week. Whiskey D. Shano. Boy, oh boy, wowee. I got knocked off mid-top 3, but all good. I'm glad the Ink Muppet and the Trade Clown are getting both the love they deserve. Getting low on trades now, boys, so may have to get creative and go against the grain. We'll see how it goes. Let's F these nightmare buys out of the way and let the men separate the boys after round 15.
I'm glad you said that, Shane, because the Trade Clown has got some special trades for you this week. And let's just talk about those special trades.
Right now? We're still in the middle of the...
No, well, last week's one.
All right. Okay.
Because Jordie wanted to censor me in saying one of my top trades last week, which was Cochin.
I let you set it. And I also let you say Wardlaw.
But you said, I'm not giving a thumbnail for stupid Cochin. But Cochin, 129. You should have got on him, Shane. But anyway.
This is 300th game. He's got his buy now.
Yeah, but he's...
How about the other ones? How about 5? How about Hibelberg? How about Wardlaw? How about Taron Thomas? What about the other 4 you mentioned?
Nah, but...
1 in 5's not bad.
You wanted me to say those... I wanted to say Taron Thomas. Trent Cochin.
Yeah, you also want to say Wardlaw.
He's still good money for jam.
Yeah, he's money for jam, is he? All right. Now, instead of Whiskey Dixon, let's get to... Mizza. He wants to climb.
Jamie.
Jords and Zeebs, loving your show as always. Look forward to it weekly. Not buying a coffee to laugh about Doc destroying Jordie last week, which was funny. Or the fact that Doc is now on top of you, Matty, and Makalo, also funny. But give him some props.
No. Of you, Matty, and Makalo. He's on top of all of us.
Oh, he's probably, but not in rank points. So. Yeah. But give me some props for some of the pods he's got in it. Since he's copped heat for some bad picks, have to acknowledge his ripper ones. Chera, which is a good pick. Chera's a good pick. Nick Martin. He's been in good form, but I refuse to call...
He played one game for him. And he didn't even play against Jordie.
No.
Yeah.
So, Sarong, yeah.
Even Wilkie. Since that 23.
I'm not saying Wilkie's going to be a good pick, Jamie, but keep it up, legends. We'll do.
We will do. Well, good on you, Doc.
Jamie says another 3 coffees.
What's he want now?
Also, did want to say, keep up the great shows. This show is clearly the best one going around out there. It's not even biased as if it was shit, I tell you. You guys deserve all the success that comes your ways. P.S. Matty, give me some credit for some of the info you roll with as I feed it to you in our morning chats.
Me and Jamie do speak probably every morning because, Jordie, you're not awake when I'm driving to work and driving to the gym at 7 o'clock. Jamie's getting out of bed and he's got credit to Jamie. Jamie does give me a couple of one-liners.
Did he give you the Fifes and Himmelbergs? Who gave you them ones?
No, he didn't give me those. He did mention, Champ, have a look at Cochin because I said, Jordie's making me do these. Got to look at these.
You don't have to do them. I can do it.
Oh, no, I'm doing it. But Jamie did say, Champ, Cochin's playing the midfield. And I had the balls to say it. But no one's got the balls to get him,
No one's got the balls to get him, that's right. But you can still get him. He's only 350k.
He went up 50k.
But he's still 350 playing midfield.
He's still cheap. It's his buy.
I know, but
you just touch him again. If you really want to touch my titties that much, you just...
Matty, can we keep this PG?
It is PG.
M15.
Okay, all right.
All right. Now, Jamie says, PS again, he's bought another copy.
Oh, Jamie really wants those t-shirts.
PS, he didn't want the icicle icon either. Should permanently give him the trophy icon until someone can beat me, which isn't any time soon. Is he undefeated in the Cash League?
Out of us group, he's undefeated. I think
I'm playing him next week. I think that's a bit of the subtle call
you know
out.
How funny this was.
I know he's going to use 4 trades.
He scored 1,700.
Yeah, I know.
And he still won.
Yeah, I'm sure he's calculated in Cash League, so he doesn't want to...
Oh, no.
But thanks, Jamie. Thanks for that. I am playing you next week, so I know you're going to use 4 trades against Miguel. I'm not even pretending I'm going to be surprised.
He's already admitted defeat.
He admitted defeat last year as well, didn't he? All right, they're the coffee chats, which brings us to the Kick Sunt Hall of Fame.
Let's have a look.
Matt Siebes.
It's not even on the big screen. All right, so here we go. The Cick Sunt Hall of Famers.
Check out the king.
Champ, the King Wahab. He's on a bont in the second quarter on 600 Supercoach points. The Bruce still doing that. The big Bruce, 342. Still don't know how he gets a 42, but anyway, Scotty 2.
Told you how he got 42.
Scotty 2 Hottie still looking the goods, and Big Ocker.
It's only 5 Supercoach points separating the top Ocker from the top 3.
Jaws. Now, do you want to say something here regarding what we mentioned?
Yes. Now, there's only 1 week to go before the competition. Any coffee shout or donation is going to worth double Supercoach points.
Well, so get you all the way up to can Whiskey D's. Usually you'll need to buy about, only 7 coffees now to get up there.
Wow. Double Supercoach points this week, guys. So thank you to all of our lovely supporters.
Everyone's on captain.
Everyone's captain.
Everyone's captain.
Everyone's like, oh, you couldn't have done this last week. I was like, 2 coffees.
Well, Wahab, you're not going anywhere. You've got pretty much half of the first prize board. Then we got Whiskey D's coming in first at the top of the reserves.
Look who's next.
Jamie Mizza has
I've given you a trophy, Jamie.
He wants it.
Because you wanted it.
He wants the top.
He wants the top.
He wants
no one's going to beat Wahab.
Well, no, he's not going to be Wahab. Dave, turn it up, coming it in. Turn it up. Craig Laspastoris doing the things that he loves to do. Billy Boy on 100. Dean Field, my boy, and Engo on 70. Come on, Engo, got to get. I want to see you in that top, Engo. Then we've got.
They're not playing favourites or anything.
No, we're not. But
Engo's
got the love heart. No one else has got the love heart.
Because he shouted out the Supercoach Godfather. One of our.
We love him.
We made a good pick.
Yeah, I know, but, anyway. We love everybody, but, I like Engo personally because he makes it known that he thinks I'm funny when I yawn at your CBAs. That's why I think
you're going to be doing some CBAs, so I'll be yawning.
I know. I'm getting involved, I know. Benny T up there, Uncle D, Glenn, Tyson the Muppet's still there, Shane Marchione's got the love. How did we get
welcome.
the love heart?
Shane Marchione, as more of I gave him some bad advice about the captain situation.
I remember that one.
But Uncle D was first time in it. Now, big shout out to him because he loved the graphics from last week.
Yeah.
It's the reason why I'm doing it again, Uncle D, this week.
So
is because of your shout out last week. So thank you.
Money. Docky Boy, there's Chris Pritchard on 20, Adam N, Blake B.
Hit a wall,
Dylan, Adam. Brad Lewis, is he still on his P plates or what?
Oh, 100% he is. I haven't seen any copies come through.
Okay, Luke Pearson, Batman, Michael Longtime is Chase Jones and Peter. Did you see Peanut's score?
I saw it. I think it was at negative 10 at one stage.
It was so good.
Dylan, you also hit a brick wall.
Dylan, you also hit a brick wall. What's next? Jones!
Matty, I think now let's get into some CBAs and I want you to read them so I can yawn.
Champ, CBA.
Let's get them up for you guys. Look at this.
All right, champ. Okay, first game of the round.
Matty.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, so Brisbane.
Bit more pep in your step.
All right, bit of Brisbane with Dunkley. Dunkley, 27. McInerney, 24. Neil, 23. Ashcroft, 21. And Stupid Robertson, who got an 80-odd.
Got a 90-odd.
Got a 90-odd. Got 3. So, champ, obviously Dunkley, McInerney.
When Neil was getting the most CBAs for a long time, now it's starting to... Dunkley is now going to getting all that, and now Neil's come down to a very small bit.
Maybe when they're kicking goals, Neil's off the field.
I'm really liking this extra Dunkley. Because he was up there last week as well.
Yeah.
And I think, he's going to be a really good choice for captain.
Well, a lot of people did use the VC and trusted his 137 to be one of the highest scores of the round.
Well, it was one of the highest scorers of the round. It just wasn't the number one score, which was Bond.
Exactly. But Neil also did a nice 144, which was very impressive. A lot of people jumped on him this week and last week, which I'm sure wouldn't put those owners with a sad face after that. Now, Cripps come to the Carlton game. Cripps got number 1. Now, he bounced back. Now, champ, everyone would say 31 touches or 29 touches and 3 goals.
27, I think.
27 touches and 3 goals. I'll only get you 117.
Yeah, that was a game that I was actually the most worried about out of all the games he's played because that's his absolute ceiling. He's going to kick 3 goals and get 27 touches. You don't think he's going to get... If he's not getting 130, 140...
He's
450, 460k and he's got his bye this week. If someone wanted to grab him, I would not say no.
Would not say no.
Because he's a good... If you can't afford anyone, you got minimal trades, and if you save a trade by getting a Cripps instead of, say, like a Sarong, I do it every day of the week.
So his partner in crime is Walsh, who is...
100% would rather Walsh.
Would rather... He's
Check it out, because Walsh's CBAs have shot up
They have.
It's
yes,
his highest he's
because normally
had.
he's on the wing, but Walshy's still got a bit of a break even to go because he's got a couple of. Well, he's losing his 72. So, is this his ceiling? I think against Hawthorn, you would think when he comes back from the bye, he might be getting those high hundreds.
I don't care who he's playing, Matty. If he continues that role, look, I think they're going to stick with it because look, Walsh got the second highest CBAs for the game, excluding Ruckman. 19 to Walsh, 18 to Walsh, whatever it is. I think that's good as jam. That's good as jam. That's good for Walsh to do his back role.
Chera on 18, and we all know Chera only plays in the midfield. So Chera, Walsh on 19 and 18, Kennedy 17, back in there. Doherty 0.
Love it. Don't keep Doherty out of the midfield.
That's what we want to see. Collingwood Bombers had their bye. Here come the Dockers. Did they win or lose?
They got smashed by 70 points, champ.
They sure did. So Sarong, Jackson scored a big score. Sarong was pretty disappointing, but he got 20 CBAs. Jackson got 18. Brayshaw 17, played okay, got 107, I believe. Jager O'Meara stealing Fifes, not so much, but stealing stuff, because I did see Fife up forward, did nothing for the first half, kicked a goal or two.
He won't do much in a 70-point drubbing up forward.
And Michael Johnson got really badly hurt.
With a corky.
George, what else?
Well, Sarong's had the most CBAs, and he did touch the ball 30-odd times and, get me that multi, but
those multis.
He was a bit inefficient with his ball use, so I wouldn't worry about that, Sarong owners. It wasn't because of his ankle. He still accumulated it, so there's nothing wrong there. I would not be upset about his ankle. Fife, look, with Jager O'Meara coming back in, I never thought Fife was going to be a good pick. If he gets 8 CBAs, I don't think that's enough.
Do you think when the big Darcy comes back, Fife will be able to play more midfield so Jackson can be up forward?
No.
No?
I think that's the midfield mix there. Like, it's Sarong, Brayshaw, Jager O'Meara, and then maybe sometimes if they want to put Will Brodie, Fife, and
Brody can't even
Johnson.
get a game.
He's injured at the moment.
Well, he couldn't get a game when he was fit.
So he could, though, come in. And, if he does come in, he only plays CBAs.
And the bench.
That's true.
Yes, that's right. He plays CBH and centre-half bench. Geelong, CBAs, Blitzarves, the ruckman there, getting 28, Atkins 21, Danger 19, and Holmes 15. No one really cares.
I don't really care about that, Matty. Let's move
No one cares. All right, we've got some Gold Coast Suns. Rail on 26. Wits, George, I believe you traded
I brought in Wits this week because I needed a ruckman and I...
Should have got Briggs, champ.
Yeah, he's got his bye this week, so trading him in wouldn't have been that smart.
Wouldn't it?
No. Not this week.
Okay.
He's got trade him in before his buy over 400k after he's already made 160k.
He's still going up. He's printing his own cash. So Raul Wits, Wits is a good pick. I like him. Big point of difference. Solo 21, Anderson 16, and Humpty Dumpty George.
Only got 2. I wish he would get more midfield time.
I saw that he played up in forward.
He did.
Halfway through, they were getting smashed. Carlton really made them look like a VFL side.
He did score 70-odd SuperCoach points. You take that every day, but you would like way more midfield time from him.
Now, this is the game that we like to see. Cornelio, 20 CBAs, done very well. Green also did a beautiful 120-odd. Got 18 CBAs. And Briggsy, got the highest number of his career last week. Jordie, Callan Hall, 16. And Callie, can't believe Callie only got 4 CBAs and he absolutely dominated.
He was destroying them on the wing wherever he was. Kicked 3 goals, I think, and
he got
160 SuperCoach.
33 touches, a good 3 goals, 16 contestants. How do you get 8 clearances, Jaws, when you're not even the CBAs more than 4 times?
You can do just around the ground clearances.
I just wanted you to say it out loud. But no, that was a good game to watch for my GWS boys, except Harry Himmelberg.
You just asked me who won. Yeah, but Sarong had 32 touches that game and a goal, so I'm not worried about him at all. Just a bit inefficient.
43. He did 17 contesteds, not as much as Tom Green, though. He got 19. Moving forward to the next game.
Tom Green is going to be a good keeper.
Yeah, I think so too. Next game, Jules Goldstein and the North Melbourne Kangaroos. Goldstein at 30. Simpkin 28. Will Phillips 22. Wardlow 15. Taron Thomas 7. And Sheasel not getting a CBA, which I'm sure he got over 100 because he didn't. Is that right?
Yeah, I like it, Matty. And if you notice, Taron Thomas went down a substantial bit, at least a 50% reduction in CBAs and a reduction in his SuperCoach scoring. If LDU comes back, there's going to be another big piece coming out of there. So that's one to worry about.
Yeah, there was a lot of goals kicked there, about 28 goals, so a lot of CBAs happening there. Sheasel and Goldstein, the only North Melbourne players to get over 100 in that game. Jack Zeeble, champ. Lucky we got rid of that idiot.
Well, you say that. Last week we were unlucky. And
because he got 107?
Yeah, 107 is a good number.
107 is a good number. But
He only got like 66% game time or something, Jack Zebul.
Why? Was he sore? Was he hurt?
I was too busy watching the Bond to care about what Zebul was doing.
I was too busy crying because the bunt was killing me, so I didn't want to watch the game anymore. And like you know when your Supercoach team is bad, when your missus is actually consoling you about it's all right, you can get him next week. I'm like, you don't understand, you can't get him next week. He's not playing. And like, oh, what happened? Did you have a brain fade or something? And it's like, shut up, Sarah. But she was trying to do her best.
That's so nice.
She was trying to do her best to keep Mark because I was so disappointed.
I'm trying to think what my missus does when I complain about Supercoach, and I think we just don't talk about it.
We just don't talk.
We just don't talk.
She was just trying to be very empathetic, but has no idea. But God bless her soul. But Jack Zebul now, he's dropped a lot of money. He's 467 at the moment.
If I have to listen to one more North Melbourne player, I'm going to bomb it though.
That makes a lot of sense. So we'll move on. What about Champ Wardlaw?
No, thank you.
What about?
Oh, well, he's a good bench option. I think
No, there's a couple of people because Ford needs to get traded out. Like I don't know why he was not subbed out. He got one kick, 10 handballs.
Because Phoenix Spicer was even worse.
But Phoenix Spicer was not worse because Phoenix Spicer still had 25% less time on ground and scored just as much as Eddie Ford.
Yeah, but he got 11 possessions forward.
Anyway, they're both crabs and crap and they need to go now. And Wardlow, Champ Greenwood, I thought he was going to have a really good... anyway, like you said, Jaws, I'm not going to talk about Northern, just testing the waters.
I swear to God.
Just testing the waters.
You say Greenwood won. Port Adelaide. I'm going to read these CBAs because you just don't know what you're doing. Rose 25. Wines went from 6 last week to 23 this week. Butters, 20. Horn Francis, 16. And Boak, who got a fair bit last week, got 0 this week.
And that's what we want to see because Boak fucked me up.
So what's Port? He's like... Wines got 6 last week. Now he's like, okay, now I'm going to give you 23. Like, it's such a substantial change. You don't know what the hell he's doing. Boak had about 16 last week, and now he's got 0 this week. I don't know what the fuck
maybe it's match on match because Geelong clearly, are a top team. So Hinkley just had to coach him, and he's got all these weapons with Butters and Rosés and Boaks and Ollie Wines and Horn Francis to shuffle and shift around.
Well, Wines has got 130 odd, right? And people might want to bring him in after his buy, but how do you know if you're buying the 6 CBA Winesy or the 23 CBA Winesy?
Because he's a Brownlow medalist.
Oh, that's stupid. How did Fife go?
He has not been a Brownlow medalist for years.
Neither is Cochin. But he's still
well, I told everyone to get Cochin, but everyone laughed at me. Everyone said, ew, disgusting, vomit, ew, but look what he did.
I can't wait to hear some of your mid-prices this week, Matty.
Oh, champ, they're going to be so obvious that you're going to puke.
I want to puke.
Anyway, keep going.
Oh, me again. Okay, Richmond, then Curvis, 25.
Such a good job.
Taranto, 20. Cochin, 19. Second highest midfielder for Richmond. What is McQualter doing?
That would happen.
17 to Bolton, 16 to Pressy. I'm just like, I don't understand. 6 to Dusty.
He's the X-Factor.
Would you really consider a Cochin after his buy, 350k?
Champ, the stats were there. Your CBA.
The stats are still here. Now we have another week of data.
So you see, last week you didn't put Cochin CBAs because you didn't think he was relevant, but I knew he was, and this is the reason why he was, because he's now, again, top CBAs, getting 27 touches and 2 goals. He could have kicked 3.
Are we overreacting because it was his 300th game and everyone was looking for him?
No, because he scored pretty good last week too.
Yeah, okay, but is this one going to be his high score for the year?
Yes.
Okay, so...
So you only, when you get...
So is he relevant anymore? Would you consider him
We'll talk about it next week.
All right, we'll talk about it next week. Let's go to St Kilda. Marshall, 23. Matty, the highest midfielder for St Kilda, Windhager.
My goodness, I told you. That's why.
Steele, 20. Crouch, 17. 11 to Gresham and 0 to Sinclair. Where we like Sinclair, if a bit more efficient, he would have got a bigger score. And Windhager. How shit is Jack Steele, ladies and gentlemen?
He is so stinky. And he is so...
Ross Lyon said he's not injured. But I've heard so many rumours about his knee, it's hard to believe.
Yeah, well, Jack Steele, he got 5 kicks, 16 handballs, only 4 tackles, not even a mark. It's a very wet football. You would think...
28 metres gained.
Wow. He did a lot of backwards handballs.
If he just got the footy and ran and take a bounce, he's already made that.
It was fun watching him do crap.
Just one kick.
But no, Sinclair George, yeah, he done 31 touches. Not a lot of contestants. That Windhager, he did an amazing job on Shy Bolton, even though Bolton did snag 3 snagglepusses.
So he done a real good job.
Well, considering what Sharon Bolton was getting 150s, 130s in the last couple of
Oh
weeks.
yeah, you kept him to 3 goals. Good effort, Windy.
Kept him to 56 Supercoach.
Superstar performance.
Superstar performance. Getting him 3 goals. No one really else.
Like Windhager had more CBAs than
Still?
than
Everyone.
than Bolton. So if he was in the midfield, who was he tagging if he wasn't Bolton? Anyway, that's enough about that. Windhager, still a good pick at 200 and something K? No. He's about the same price as
Get him in!
Amadi. All right.
Amadi's got way more high potential.
The Windhager is getting 22 CBAs.
Yeah.
Sydney.
Speaking of good old Amadis, yes, George, Sydney.
Hickey 23, Rowbottom 21, Yuck, Parker 21, Warner 18, Sheldrick 10 with probably about 2% game time, and 7 to Guldan. Matty, we didn't get Sheldrick.
No.
Is there still time?
No.
There is.
Of course there's still time, yes.
There's still time.
I saved my money because I didn't get Bont, and now I don't need a rookie. I just need to upgrade.
Okay, but if you did need a rookie, we'll get to the rookies soon. But yeah, Luke Parker had an impressive game, and they play West Coast this week. So
Luke Parker, my boy, he had one shit game, but I think he's break even.
Personally, he's a no for old men. Old guys, no, not happening, Matty.
Got 24 touches and 11 tackles.
I'd rather get the Bond. And so should you. Western Bulldogs. Tim English 29, still killing me. Libba 28, another good game. Bont 27, killing Matty. Trelaw 26 CBAs, only got 140. Caleb Daniel 13 CBAs, and the two forgotten about. Bailey Smith 2, McRae 0. I wouldn't like to own McRae or Smith.
Well, based on what they get, no. McRae got an 81, and good old Bailey Smith got a 91. With only 4 kicks, that's unlike him, especially in a nice beating North Melbourne play. Jaws, that Bont, can we talk about how much I hate
I think everyone's got Bont, so... But you want to talk about...
Yeah, it was on 54 at half time, so he got 117 points in a half.
You're lucky you didn't do that in both halves.
Man, I'm still so upset. It's really upsetting. It really hurt yesterday.
Did you see all of his goals?
No.
I did. Did you see his handball? Like,
no.
There's this one of his handball where it's like everyone's tackling him and he's just got it up in the... I'll show you on the football. Everyone's tackling him and then he does like this tackle, like a handball behind and it goes straight to Waitman and Waitman's like snaps a goal. It's really good. Great stuff. At least 10 Supercoach points.
Well, yeah, he knows how to get Supercoach points, that's for sure, George. That Bont's killing me. English is killing everyone else that doesn't have
Is Evan doing well in Dream Team, Bont? Like
158. Well, when you get 11 tackles and 32 touches and 3 goals, champ, that's going to be 160 in all fantasy platforms there.
Not in your fantasy dreams.
No, champ. No, I want to move on. Let's get over to hate him.
Are you going to get him eventually?
No, I'm going to get a hitman and he's going to get hurt and I'm going to break his ankles.
But that's going to cost everyone 1 trade. That's a lot of...
No, sorry, guys.
All right.
But I know people that know people.
Now, after, let's just wake up from the CBAs a bit and let's get into Mattys mid-price madness.
Wow, champ.
Shabba-dabba-doo.
Well, I'm going to get 2 of these. Well, no, I'm going to get 1 for sure.
Now, you know, when Mattys mentioning a mid-prices, we all got to pay attention and listen up because this first one is real funny.
Number 3 is Christian Salem. Coming back from injury, looking at form, used to be a superstar of the competition last year, over 550,000.
I wouldn't call him a superstar.
Yeah, he does get a lot of balls, does get a lot of rebounds.
Superstar competition. We use that real loosely here.
It's a nice point of difference. If you don't like that injured starter chair, Yo, who is my next one, Salem is a good option, I think. Just
owned in 1% of teams, guys. If you thought it was a popular pick, 56 break even. I think he's been scoring okay as well, Matty. 80s and 90s and stuff.
He has. I think he's finding his form. I think another week rest and a recouping off that victory against Collingwood would give him a bit of boost.
418k.
I like it.
It makes me real sick. When you told me about him, it made me sick.
Champ, you got to fill in the gaps, all right? Okay, he came back from injury, got a 78, then he got an 88, 85, 90. 99, sorry. Got a good run too, so he's still got Hawthorn, North, Carlton, St Kilda, all the great teams that you're wanting him to play in the back line. But
he's also a primo at that price.
He's also a primo. No, he's not. Next one, Joel.
Matty's bid prices are under 420k, so he fits. Now let's get into Yo.
So Elliot Yo, number 2. We all know what he's done against Collingwood. Could it be a fluke? Probably. And he's injury prone, really stinky on the field. when he didn't get those last 2 scores, but the price is right. It looks like, looking at everyone's trades, a lot of people have jumped on him already, had his buy. He's got a 57 round first game back, 40 for the second game, but that was because of time.
Then he got injured again.
Then he got injured again. So the last 3 rounds, he did okay against Essendon. He got a 73, but he's still got the 24 touches with high CBAs. Collingwood, we all know what he did against Collingwood. He killed us. High CBAs touches. And 26 touches. And Adelaide was probably the only shining light when Adelaide absolutely dominated West Coast last week with 30 touches and 113. Break even is looking pretty good for Yo, -9. I guess he is doing what we thought he will be doing when we saw him in the preseason drills. So that's why he's at number 2 at the mid-price. You can't really go wrong except if he gets injured, which is highly likely.
Now, Matty, do you think with people with about 4 or 5 trades, they should be taking risks with Elliot Yo?
I think people that, you can, I thought about that too, because he potentially could be in my team. Yes, I think he's, at this stage in my team, me getting Yo and the next one will have those 2 potentially on the bench with Premos covered everywhere else. So
now,
obviously with that far behind, I wouldn't suggest Yo for a top 1,000 team. I would suggest Yo for, let's just get these Premos that can score well while they're cheap and hold them until finals time and have cover on the bench for both midfield. Because I do believe there's a couple of, I just want to touch on this too.
You can touch on whatever you want, Matty.
Sure, I can. So you'd think Dacos, Sinclair, Elliot Yo, who are only defenders at this point, by in around 2 or 3 next couple of rounds, they will be midfielders, which will be good for the shifting when you need them in the finals time to keep up those good Supercoach scores. So your question to me, Jaws, is Yo that type of person to get in this far in the round? Probably, because he's a cheap score to get rid. Because how many people you got out this week is a carnage round of Premos out.
I don't have Tom Green or Briggs. So it's not as bad. El McCray.
Well, there's Bonces, there's Englishes, there's Tom Greaves.
I don't have English either.
You know, but okay, there's
There's
not going to get it's going to remain you more or less.
Look at all these teams. Look, all these. Have you seen when you typed in Yo into Supercoach? All these team names with Yo came in like Yo Adrian,
Yo Beauty,
Yo Beauty, Yo.
There's a lot of Yo better believe.
Yo better, and all those teams, the highest ranked of those teams is like 17k. So they're all not doing too good.
They're not doing too good.
All the Yo believers. Now, if you've got 5, if someone was to have 5 in the team and Elliot Yo, do you think that's too many injury-prone... Like, if you had to name the 2 most injury-prone players in the comp, and they're probably
still active, yeah.
They're probably both them, and you think it's... Maybe if you have... Would you recommend if someone's got 5 not to get Yo as well?
Champ, I recommend get them both. Just go for glory. They're cheap prices. To go for glory, get them both.
I only live for this mid-price segment, so it's good.
All right, so Yo, George, so you don't rate Yo.
He's gonna get injured.
He's number 1.
I give him 3 more games tops, guys. 3 more games.
He's the top 5 picked player in right now.
Oh, because people are so stupid.
Champ, they see the value. They're playing for the value. He's a -9 break even. It's not Yo. And number 1, George, you can't be mad at me for saying Ben Keys is number 1 key mid-price player to get. Yes or no?
No, I'm not mad at that. I mean, he's a bit expensive now. I liked him more 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wouldn't we all? But 2 weeks ago, he didn't show a starter that he was actually scoring.
Well, he did. But then he played West Coast. And I think if you want to get him, you got to get him against in this West Coast game.
Well, he's got Collingwood, and we all know how much
What happens, though, if the coach says, you know what, it's been a nice run, Keezy, I'm going to put you back on the 4th line.
They've been winning games.
I mean, they have played West Coast and Gold Coast. So.
And Brisbane, and they've won all 3.
Okay. But it's not purely based on Keys.
All I'm saying he's been playing in the midfield ever since.
So if Collingwood smacks Adelaide this week, they're going to be like, oh, we're losing again. Michelle, come back in the midfield.
No, Champ, they've got a good run with midfielders.
Have you been doing some research? Where's Sam Berry at? What happens if he comes back in the team?
Champ and Keys, Adelaide are winning. They're in form, and it's because of this move.
It's because of Keys in the midfield.
Keys in the midfield, and in your midfield.
That's why they beat West Coast by 120 points.
Totally. Did you not see what Keys did against West Coast? He got 29 touches and a goal, Champ.
Tex Walker's 10 goals got nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with it.
I love it. And you like Keys the most? How'd his buy? Can he get back to his former glory when he was in the midfield only?
Yeah, well, he has been only in the midfield only.
Are you worried that if he's in the midfield against a good team, they'll be using him as a tagger?
Even so, you should still get it. If he's in the midfield, he will get the ball, regardless if he's tagging Tom Mitchell or LDU or Zach Merritt or Cornelio in the next 4 games.
Not taking Cornelio.
No one's taking Cornelio, no.
Okay, mate.
So, no,
have some person said, you know what, why don't I just wait for a Mills at 420k?
Champ, who knows when Mills is coming back in? And Mills is not in the CBAs even when he was fit. He was playing more defence than anything.
He's Mills.
He's Mills.
Anyway, that's Mattys mid-price madness. Do you have a 4th or 5th one that I wouldn't let you say?
That you wouldn't laugh? No, I didn't really look into it. I thought Salim was funny enough.
He was pretty funny. But you want people to pick him?
I think he's a good pod. Melbourne, they're a winning team.
He's a good pod, that's for sure. Like, there's a big point of difference.
Big point of difference.
Huge point of difference. He's in 1% of teams.
Oh, champ. Oh, how about this? How about next week? We'll do Jordys mid-price madness and Matty will do some Premos.
Love it! I've been waiting.
All right, good. You can do
But everyone wants to see because you're the trade clown and I'm the ink muppet.
The trade, those trade clown. My trades for those clown moves did me well, except not getting one. But anyway, Jordys, let's continue on.
Yeah, all right.
Show us your stupid premiums.
My Jordys Jets.
It's so easy to say, Laird and Oliver, because they're fucking super.
Now, number 3, Darcy Cameron. He's actually the number 1 most traded in Premo this week. 464k, very, very cheap if you want to finish off that forward line. Break even is 70. Pretty no-brainer. Matty can cover you if you get a 1 or 2 week injury, which you're expecting, hopefully, English to get soon. So, DK and Matty, number 3.
There you go. Yeah, no, okay, cool, fair enough. Aren't you scared that maybe Mason Cox might get some CBAs and then he might go into the forward line? And
based on what? Because every game that he's played together...
I'm just imitating you.
I know, but I'm using logic to...
Yeah, but
for your argument.
Like, the way I've done that tone, it was to tease you and you're answering me like I'm a serious person. I'm clearly doing it as an idiot comment. Move on.
But I feel like you're always giving an idiot comment. You stupid dickhead. Don't touch it.
You'll get my own. All right, next one. Who's number 2, George?
Number 2's Clary!
Oh, surprise, surprise!
Now, I don't care what Goodwin says about him still being infected or he has to get through 2 main sessions, very important. I don't believe it. I saw him after the game of Melbourne and he was running around, kicking the ball. He looked great. If he's playing, get him in, finish off that midfield, get your Premo. Other than Bont, there's no other midfielder like him, Matty.
There's no other midfielder like him besides the Bont. He's probably going to get 160 if you don't get him.
And you still got Clary? At least you got one of the 2.
Yeah.
Clazza, get him in. Don't care what his break-even is. Owned by 23.2% of teams still. Break-even 139. You'll get in the first quarter. Vice captain. I don't care. Now, let's get into number 1. Easy pick. It's Rory Laird.
I love Rory Laird.
Matty, Rory Laird at this price. At that price, 625. Break-even is 91. Playing Collingwood. Guys, easy picks this week for Jordys Jets. You got to get on Rory Laird right now. If you have all 3 of them, I'm saying Lachie Neale's at number 4.
Ooh.
Now, these are Jets. These are not funky picks. These are not going to... These are the ones if you're in the top, to remain or stay the top, get these guys in.
I agree.
Right now.
I agree. I've got all 3 of them except Bont.
You got all 3 of them except Bont?
I got Oliver Laird and Neale. They're superstars of the competition.
Absolutely, they are.
Jordy, what's next? I like all those 3, of course. But are you forgetting that Dunkley if you don't have Dunkley?
No, I'm sure everyone's got... If you don't have Dunkley...
Here's a fun fact. Did you know Dunkley's 698,000? I know you wouldn't look at it, but he is $698,000.
I actually thought he was up there because I remember seeing a tweet saying if he gets a certain score, he'll be over 700k. Wow. I think he just missed out. So,
almost there though.
Big Dunkley, big money bags Dunkley. Now let's get into our rookies.
Champ, okay, yes. Let's get into our rookies. Bam. All right, Jules, I think we're pretty close on the Rooksters.
We are. I still got Sheldrick at number 1. I got Jasper Fletcher. I don't know if I trust the name Jasper, but Jasper Fletcher number 2, and we got Marriage, 102k, another 102k forward player that is going to hurt me again.
So I got my guys in order based off all different reasons. Chad Fletcher, I think he's got the most talent out of it.
You mean Jasper?
Jasper. I just say Jay Fletcher.
You said Chad.
Chad Fletcher. He looks like a Chad.
He looks like an idiot.
So Jasper Fletcher number 1, I think he's got the most talent. Obviously, father-son pick, a lot of hype around him. Marriage, I'm only putting him second because of his price, and I think we all need a bit of money to upgrade and finalise.
I mean, you don't.
Not me, not for sure. That's why I don't care for Marrick. But Sheldrick is good to actually get you a better score. I believe they're playing West Coast. He's a bit more expensive than the other 2, but It's just what you're looking for. I think there's potential in Fletcher. There's money in Marriage, and there's points on Sheldrick against West Coast for one game.
Absolutely.
Is why I got them in those orders. Jude.
This is pretty straightforward, Matty. I don't know.
Jack, there's a lot of Morrisons people are getting from Collingwood.
Harrison?
Morrison.
Harry Morrison? Harrison?
Whatever. Harrison's good, champ. Harvey, actually. It's Harvey Harrison. It's not even a Morrison.
I said Harrison.
Okay, cool. Harvey Harrison, George, just give him a clap. He's minus break even. He's 38. Playing Adelaide, I don't even know if he's going to get a call up. Do you think he'll get a game?
He could not. I don't care less. There's 3 other options that are better. They're all different prices. I'd rather just take the Marriage and run.
What about Windhager, champ? Is everyone thinking, well, look at all those...
I like Windhager as well, but...
202.
I wouldn't mind Windhager, but I think at this stage of the season, people are trying to save cash, not spend. But if you're not getting Sheldrick and you have that opportunity to spend on a rookie, I wouldn't mind a Windhager.
Champ, will that Mullen come back in?
No, 100% he won't.
He won't?
He would have got dropped in the first quarter if they could drop players mid-game.
What? From Geelong?
Oh, I thought you meant
No,
Buller.
not Buller. Buller.
You mean Mullen?
Mullen, yeah, the Geelong idiot that hurt his...
If his abductor's right, I think at Geelong losing definitely helps the case. But
is Constable going to get a game?
No, I think he's carrying an injury now.
Oh, that's
from what
awesome.
I've heard.
Probably from leather poisoning.
Nah.
He's touching all the VFL footy.
He's touching all the wrong places. You need to be touching Stuart Dew to get a game, Constable.
Yeah. That's right.
Matty.
Yes.
What do we have next? We have our trades.
Okay, George, I'm going to be very simple. So obviously me fucking up my trade last week by being greedy, trying to save 380,000 instead of paying.
I understand. I was greedy as well.
So I got 380,000. Some of that money is going to go into Ford to get myself a Ben Keys. After that trade, George, I got $192,000 to put into Chin Trotter. I'm thinking of Yo, or thinking of not doing anything at all and just crying and maybe waiting for Bont.
Yeah, that's cool. I think Yo is a better pick than Bont.
Spending. Well, it's not about better picks, George. I can't afford Bont anymore, okay?
Because who are you getting in the first league? It's Keys.
Keys for Ford.
You got the keys for a Ford.
Damn right I do. So Keys for Ford. And Chin Trotter is just probably going to be lurking in the back line.
Oh, he's lurking all right. So you're going to trade Chin Trotter. I reckon you definitely want to get rid of that loser.
You know, he's still got a low break even. He's got a 61, one of his highest scores.
He's got the bye. Probably get dropped.
But I'm playing no one special in the cash leagues. I'm going to easily beat both of them. So I'm thinking maybe keeping the money, maybe waiting for Briggs to hit a brick wall so I can do a straight swap for Briggs to Bont because that's how...
I don't think he's going to be scoring 169s, Briggs, but...
well, he got 100. He's not too far off it, but he's 400 away. If he gets the draws, let me just tell you. If, like... His break even next week is not going to be 26. It's going to be so low. He's going to
Hopefully he does. He has no weakness in his game, Briggs. He's so good.
He's so good.
He's going to be like the 650k next year.
Oh, he's going to be so expensive.
I don't want to get him. I don't miss it out again.
James, 116 average.
Why did I get him?
In 5 games,
stupid.
He's 400 and... Oh, so goddamn good. Champ, what are your trades?
I might just do a sideways trade of getting rid of Ford for Marriage.
That's so bad.
It's not bad.
What are you going to have with it? You got all that money just sitting on the bench?
Oh, yeah.
Are you not revealing your cards because some certain Jamie is watching?
No, I'm not doing anything.
You're not going to do with anything?
I think I've used enough trades recently. Let Jamie use his 4 trades. I don't care. I might even not use a trade. I don't just because I already got 18 this week.
Yeah, I would only, like I said, I only trade Marriage just to get the money because you got your eye on.
That's what I was saying.
On another premium. But that's about it for me, champ. I think it's clearly options, vice captain and captain options right here is
Clary
and Laird, right? You have to.
What about Dunkley?
Well, Laird's playing Collingwood, so I can't pass up a Laird captain on Collingwood.
That's okay. Yeah.
And obviously Thursday night, first game up, Geelong, Melbourne.
Clary's in first game back. Would you hesitate putting him vice captain?
No, because I would see that Windhager is going to spend a bit more time in that midfield and taking someone. It's probably going to be Neil, which means more tackles for Dunkley.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that logic, but I'm sure he's...
Yeah, it's not logical at all. So Hager's going to go to Neil, which means more tackles for Dunkley.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Because he's tackling
Windhager.
Anyway. Look, for me it's going to be vice captain Clary or Dunkley into captain Laird.
I don't think there's anyone special. Would you captain anyone from the Essendon Fremantle in Fremantle game.
I think if you got a Sydney player like a Parker or someone like that, I think they're going to smash West Coast. They're $1.02 favourite.
Jake Lloyd is probably going to be not getting a touch because it's not going to be in the back line.
I'm sure they'll chip it around just for a bit of fun when the game's over in the last quarter.
Is there any chance of Matt Roberts coming in against
no, he's
West
still
Coast?
injured.
Still injured. Well, they're saying he's returning back in round 16, so he's got one more round left.
So, yeah, he'll be nice and cherry ripe for you when you got a full premium team.
Yeah, exactly right. Nice cherry ripe. And then you can't do loopholes when you got Fife and Himmelberg on the bench.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can, Matty. Now with the last, not by least, the questions. The questions, Matty.
Tell me about them.
Let's go first. Shane O.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
Shane O goes, Witts, Marshall and Briggs. He's got all three of them. Worth trading Marshall and back Briggs at R2 means Day can be my 23rd once the squad is finished. Matty, what do you think?
I think...
I like it, Shane. I think if you've got them three bad boys, you can't really loophole because they're all, straight ruckman. Get rid of Marshall, bank the cash because Briggsy's gonna looks like an absolute keeper at the stage. So I like it, Matty.
Fair enough.
What do you think?
Yeah, no. Do it. Yeah, that's a fair call.
Reece Kennedy says, I'm trading in Darcy Cameron as my F6 this week for ruck cover. And for my second trade, I'm torn between upgrading Steele to either Oliver or Bont. Who do you guys think is the better option till the end of the season? Can't wait a week for Bont if need to be since I'm covered and I have 18 on the field for round 15. We'll have 5 trades after this. Matty, who's going to be better from this point to the end of the year, Oliver or Bont?
Well, Oliver's coming off an injury and Bont's coming off a career high score. So I hate to say it, but Bont.
I think Bont as well,
yeah.
because he doesn't look like
He's slowing down. He doesn't have any papilloma, blistered feet, infected hospital stuff going on.
Yep.
There.
Callum Thomas says, is it okay to cry yet? Also, any idea on who's the better role out of Dev Robertson or Sheldrick? If role is what you're after, come, yes, it is okay to cry, but role, I think, CBA-wise, the better role is for Sheldrick.
And Sheldrick is playing West Coast, and let's face it, you only want Sheldrick. If you got Sheldrick on the field after this bye, you're not doing something right. So let's hope Sheldrick gets you a big score this week.
I think Sheldrick. Dev Robertson, not so much in the CBAs as that. Lyndon James says, if Clary is back this week, is trading Taranto to him worth it? Top 400, chasing overall points. Look, maybe if there's someone else, but Taranto is going to be getting 100 and 120s all through the season. I'm sure there's someone else you got on that buy. I don't think Timmy Taranto is the one to make way. Lyndon?
Obviously, he's doing that because he's got
cash.
his buy. No.
Yeah, because obviously the cash that Taranto has is 640. What Clary Ola cost is a bit, similar. Obviously Taranto's got his buys, wants to get points. I think if you got someone else, go for them. I don't think trading. I
don't think anyone at 640 you'll be advising to trade out.
Yeah, but this guy's top 400. He wants to make a big splash.
So obviously, well, look, if you want to make a big splash, I think that's the only way to go to improve and just hope and risk. Like he needs to do a risk. So him taking out someone, like you said the stat last week, 91%, like 99% of the top 1% have Taranto. So if you want to,
I reckon he's safe SuperCoach points. That's why.
Well, not only that, but what he's going to hope is hopefully he does shit and he gets rid of him, doesn't get those scores. But it's a risk.
I'm thinking if you got McRae, get rid of McRae for Clary like that by DPP. Someone else, because Taranto will keep on scoring like that. I imagine. Michael Holiday says, I'm an Essendon supporter, so I wanted someone to tell me no. But is Ridley worth up picking now, Matty? 4 100s in a row, 5-round average of 96, and Lavardi back with BZT, Zerkfasher, playing lockdown roles. Rid seems to be back to the intercept play that scores very well at the 504k.
George, you can answer this question because you are a Ridley owner.
I bought in Ridley at 420 and I still don't like the pick. So I think no. I got Ridley because he was getting a high 20 possessions. At the moment, he is only getting 20s, low 20s, maybe cracking mid 20s. So it's a no for me. I don't like Ridley. I think it's a matter of time before he gets another rating, Matty.
That's pretty funny.
Do you agree?
Yeah. I was reading Daniel
Habrao should do a steroid masters potty. Keen to get jacked like you. And he asked his friends, Matty?
Sure. We'll give you some advice.
Now, Matty, you've wrote it in. You said, why didn't I get bunt like I promised myself all of last week? Do you want to answer this question?
That happened in my dream. So I wrote that when I was sleeping and dreaming, and I woke up and that's what happened. So I don't know what happened, but I woke up, my team was changed, I didn't have bunt. It was the bad dream. And
so you're living in your bad dream?
That's not even me. That post was 2 minutes ago, and my phone's over there, Jules. So...
So I'm just going to say you got greedy, and I know you're a bit greedy, and that's why you probably did it.
Jules, I am not greedy.
SuperCoach, money-wise.
I am not greedy.
Mattys.
And no.
You didn't get bunt against North Melbourne.
That would be greedy.
That's smart.
I know. Jules,
it's okay, we all make mistakes.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's okay, it's all right.
Jamie,
Don't talk about it. Stop wrecking the footies.
I'm upset.
Look what you've done.
Champ, I'm just
Idiot.
To the shoulders. Check out those shoulders, mate.
All right, that's enough. I'll bash you off tape. Now, thanks for tuning in, guys. There is 1 week left. And now, remember, double SuperCoach points.
Everyone's a captain for SuperCoach coffees.
Even the super thanks or whatever, put it in. We'll double up your SuperCoach points. Good luck for next week, guys.
Last chance. So, at the moment, you need about... So, Whiskey D... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I've got Andy. You just keep talking about Bont. So, Whiskey D's is at 150.
You wrote the question.
Whiskey D's is at 150. He's 70 points behind Big Ocker, but so is a lot of people. But double SuperCoach points for every coffee you buy.
Or Super Chat.
Or Super Chat, yeah, definitely. And then next week, this time will be...
Hopefully I can get something that resembles a chart or a wheel that I can do at the same time.
Yeah,
and
you
put
need
it
a
up
lot of
there.
work to do, Jules.
I've got a lot of work to do for this one.
Way too much around here.
Matty, you do all the funny stuff.
Yeah.
All right. See you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for a big... There's no other episode, by the way. This is the one
This is a one and only episode. Next time we'll see you, we'll be spinning the wheel, George.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. See you guys.
Wanna go have a dinner?